Hello viewers, TheSaxantonio here with another deck review. This time is a deck that I made up myself because of one card in particular, and that would be this one. Now let me just separate the cards into their respective piles. Not that many different categories, still the same, but anyway. Your player card would be Sora because Sora has that one magic value, helps out really well. It's a level 2 with 5 HP and 6 power, so it trumps the level 3 from base set, and it's just overall better. Um, Moving these out the way. Or actually, you can see that this deck is extremely friend heavy. Magic friends, kinda. I'm pretty sure there's even more magic cards than that. The the standard, my standard 3x5 world, which would be 3 level 5 or 5 level 3 world cards. It's 3 Traverse Town, Halloween Town, Hollow Bastion, nothing that spectacular. 2 attack cards and 4 Dark Heartless. 2 attack cards are Olympia, because Olympia is very good because if they play something like Cloud or Sephiroth from their hand, they just discard it. And Morningstar to help out with Donald's magic for this. Pot Spider will be your MVP. I'll explain that later. Really, of these, they were supposed to be really, basically, these are 3 Pot Spiders, and this will be the Pirate. You know, just a weaker Wyvern. Get into that later. So, I was flipped through the cards, and then I noticed that I actually had a foil of Alice. I checked into Alice's effect a little bit more, and it says, each player must choose and discard a friend card in his or her friend area during his or her discard phase. That meaning all those fetch cards just became a whole lot better because now you just discard them with Alice. And your opponent, if they're like my Jack of all trades deck, or like any other aggro based deck, they're going to be hindered a lot. Sacrificing their little pumper dudes or their little just tiny dudes like a Moogle or something, or Waka that do an effect that stay in the friend area forever. Well, now they're gone. So, naturally, I run 3. One being foil, because I don't know, when I got my Light and Darkness box, I pulled 8 foils out of 24 packs, which is exponentially higher than what you should pull. So, the 3 Alices help with that. And let me just say that, let's see, this much of the deck is level 0s. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20 cards in a 61 card deck. Because player. So 20 cards basically in a 60 card deck. So that's 1/3 of your deck is just composed of level 0 friend cards. That is a lot. Jiminy Cricket, once again, the looking on top, and the magic value. That comes in handy. Huey, Louie, and Dewey. Because, for one, their effect is great. Because not only you're hindering the opponent's friend area, now you're hindering their draw power. Because drawing is, like, very, very essential in this game. And with this deck, if you have the right spacing, you don't care about your hand size or whatever. This comes in handy a lot. Plus, at worst, it's a card to play for Alice to discard. Same with Jiminy Cricket. When his effect pulls through, you're done. 0, again, just discarding it instead of Jack, and it helps. Waka, again, to help with boosting a player value. I have 2 little white rabbits because it's amazing to just go fetch an Alice, and instead of having to use that -1 to just discard it from the friend area. It's amazing. Sally, you know, if this card is discarded from your friend area, so if you discard it using Alice, oh, and it's also foil. If you discard it using Alice, you can go get a Jack from your discard pile, and it's amazing. Same thing with Piglet. If this is discarded from the friend area, you can go get a Winnie the Pooh, which probably helped you because with this deck, I'm thinking a little bit more about it. It shouldn't really be that much aggro base that I make it. It should be more of stall world. It's like a stall world rush kind of thing. But the way I play, I hate world rush, so I made it more slightly aggro, and it works fine without it. So Winnie the Pooh's just stall. Again, another fetch for Alice. Plus you get Jack, and Jack is going to be one of your key magic users. Pluto to well, you look at the top card and you can put it on the bottom, or is it discarded? You discard it or put it back on top. Discard with Alice again. Tidus, just in case Alice is going to become a pain, this is your backup plan to get rid of it. Or if they have an annoying level 0, you can just get rid of it. Or get rid of it using Alice. Again, another fetch. It's also foil. Wendy, go get yourself a Peter Pan. And then Alice. I'm just going to leave that out here to talk about how cards tie in with it. Let's see. Now, with the other friend cards, there's a decent amount of level 1s, not that very amount of level 2s, only 3 level 3s. Now, the level 1s you would want in the deck are Jacks, Donalds, and Peter Pans, because Jack you fetch with the Mayor, you can get back with a Sally, you can save with Zero. Peter Pans you can go get with Wendy, they're kind of useful, they're a level 1 is basically it. And Donalds because you need magic casters, and Donald's the best level 1 for casting magic, so. And for level 2s, you've got Aladdin, Donald, Jack, and Fairy Godmother. Aladdin, again, just to help with magic value. Donald, again, magic. Jack, because you can go get Jack as well. Helps with your dark cards, again. And it's really powerful, too. That's another thing I like about Jack more than Aladdin. Because Jack has the same amount of magic as Aladdin's, but more power. He's just so much better. Fairy Godmother's an interesting card to put in. Lots of magic value. You may discard this card from your friend area and choose one magic friend card from your deck and reveal it. If you do so, put that card in your hand, then shuffle your deck. This card is removed from the game, which is the only card in the whole entire game that actually says removed. So it's very helpful for getting like Simba's or any other magic friend cards that you need, like Tinkerbells and stuff. Merlin, because he's high magic caster, again, and he's that counter spell, basically. Goofy is your bomb drop, and Donald, again, because he's Donald and magic and stuff. Now, going into, I'm just going to leave that here because it's awesome. Going into the magic friends, you have Simba, level 1. Why level 1? Because you can cast it using Sora. Again, promo, shiny. And each player must choose and discard a friend or magic friend card he or she controls. Most likely, you're going to discard something that you were going to with Alice, maybe. And it's another form of discard. Like, that's all this thing is about, is discard from friend area, and then tack on all the stuff that you had to use to begin with. So that's that. Bambi's for draw power, just in case you have your Huey, Louie, and Dewey's are kind of not working your way. This acts as another source of draw, and so does this one. Mushus are basically when you have a lot of HP, you can just get rid of it, and then you just start pumping away with your Mushus. Tinkerbells are another source of gaining HP, and Dumbo is another source of just raw power. None of them really tie into Alice that much. Now, something more important are the magic cards. You've got your level 1 cures, so that you can just cure yourself. If you feel like putting in a third, you could, but 2's fine, because you've also got Cura, which most of your cards would, like, most of the friends in this deck can cast that, so like, even some of the level 0s can cast that because they have some sort of magic value, I think. Nope, just Jiminy Cricket. But most of your level 1s and 2s can at least sort of cast the card. Now, here's the big one, Gravity. Gravity straight up just says, both players discard a magic friend or friend card from, or he/she controls. So it doesn't even have to be in the friend area. It can be like up in the challenge part. So with Alice, again, discarding's not a problem. Stops your only high magic cost, but you use it for stall, and it's just really good. But another thing is this last thing. It says, use this card during the challenge phase, immediately end the challenge. Resolve the challenge with the cards currently in play. If you have the upper hand, you play this card, because it's another way of not only stalling the opponent out, not making them play their friend cards, it's another way of making sure you definitely can win. Because, again, aggro base. And, again, you're going to have the pirates. Now, Pot Spiders. Pot Spider is an amazing card to have, because the player who controls the world where this card is placed loses 1 HP if he or she does not control at least one friend or magic friend card. With Alice, that ties in very nicely. But note, this effect cannot come into play more than once per turn. But that's why you have multiple copies, to just have a bunch on, because you can only kill one Heartless at a time if you battle it. If you use magic cards, you can target, so, or if you play Beast and stuff. But if you have multiple Pop Spiders, that effect happens only once a turn, but you're guaranteed at least like 2 or 3 turns. And Alice will just really love that. So yeah, that was the deck that I made up on my own. I thought it worked really nice. The hands that you normally get are very playable, is because there's just a lot of search, there's a lot of draw, there's a lot of stall. It's just amazing, and I like it. And its matchups are really good. Situational, maybe, but very good. So see you next time when I show off the Darkness deck.